As much emphasis as we put on the Winston All-Star race, though, this truthfully is the main event at Charlotte here. So we're here today for stop number 13 of the Castrol GTX Cup Series. As we're here today for the running of the Coca-Cola 600 as we're set for 60 laps of action on this mile-and-a-half racetrack in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. As we're right here today. Should be a great race here today. On the pole for this event, it is number 25, Jonathan Zorlin, the Kodiak Chevrolet, at a speed of 187 miles per hour. He's on the pole for this event. Alongside of him will be car 26, the Quaker State Ford of Sky Commons. He'll be alongside. Row 2 is Jesse Turner, number 71, and he'll be alongside Preston Plorden, car number 18, the Interstate Batteries Chevrolet. Third row has two-time winner of the season, Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwin Chevrolet car number 3. His wins came in Atlanta and at Martinsville. He'll be alongside Johnny Gardner, number 70, Hooters Ford, closed out last season with a win at Homestead. The fourth row will have the winner at North Wilkesboro, Quentin Moore in the 21 Citgo Ford, and Charles Sanford, the winner at Talladega in the DuPont Chevrolet car number 24. Fifth row will have Keith Batson, car 20 Texaco Haviland Ford. He won the season at Sonoma, and the winner at Auto Club Speedway in California, and the Winston All-Star Race winner, Mike Becker, is alongside car 4040 STP Pontiac. Next row down has Jay Jefferson, car number 5, the Tide Chevrolet, and he'll be alongside Kyle Matthews, number 42, the Mellow Yellow Pontiac. His wins this season came at Bristol and again at Richmond. Next row down, we'll have Seth Cohen, number 98, the Bojangles Ford, and he'll be alongside Dylan Young, number 2, the North Genuine Draft Pontiac. Young has one of our in-car cameras in today's event. Next row down has William Brocken, number 40, Kodak Film Chevrolet, and Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Next row down has the Daytona 500 champion, Eli Bright, number 8, the Ray Bestis Ford. And the winner at Texas and Darlington this season, Jessica Shelton, is alongside back to the Budweiser colors for this event, and she has her second in-car camera in today's event. Next row down, we'll have car number 22, Dylan Poteet in the Maxwell House Ford, and he'll be alongside Zachary Fitzwater in the Napa Auto Parts Ford, car number 52. Next row down, Kat Batson, car 16, the Keystone Beer Ford, and the Meineke Shocks and Mufflers Ford of Rob Evans. His car number is 12. Next row down has Paul Mennick in number 90, the Holligmeyer Stores Ford, and he had an impressive outing at the All-Star Race at Charlotte. Right here. He'll be alongside Joshua Osborne, number 15, the Motorcraft Ford. Next row down has car number 33, Ryan Brommer in the Skull Bandit Chevrolet, and Simon Bloomfield in the Orkin Pest Control Ford, car number 9. Next row down, James Henry, the Factory Source of America Ford, car number 75, and number 68, TJ Dent in the Country Time Lemonade Ford. Next row down has Diego Yepes in number 1, the Skull Classic Ford, and number 55, Nathan Orman in the Jasper Engines Ford. Next row down has Mitchell Collins, who nearly pulled off the All-Star Race this last here at Charlotte. He'll be in car number 40, the Dirt Devil Pontiac. That car's one of the ones to watch here today, and the way it ran in the All-Stars. He'll be alongside Zach Winkle in car number 17, the Western Auto Chevrolet. Next row down has car number 30, Ty Dent in the Pennzoil Pontiac, and number 14, Nicholas Wade in the Kellis Cornflakes Chevrolet. Then it's Vince Almarego in number 83. He's on the inside of the next row. He's on the inside in the Pyrex Detergent Ford, and Raleigh Spurley Tube in car number 27. He's in the McDonald's Ford. And we should mention also Cole Deaver has our third in-car camera. So it's Cole Deaver, Dylan Young, and Jessica Shelton who will be carrying our in-car cameras in today's event. So getting set for 60 laps of action here on this racetrack here. Here comes command to fire the engines here at Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 600.
3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, start your engines.
And somebody didn't start the race here, looks like here from the. And oh, TJ Dent's on the apron of the track there. Something is the matter with that machine. So a couple of cars having starting problems here at Charlotte, but anyway. So aside from all that, it's time to go racing here for 60 laps of action. It's the longest race on the tour. 600 here, the 600 at Charlotte. Usually requires a lot of endurance, a lot of depending on it depends on your car equipment, and of course also sometimes test your patience, I should say. But anyway, now this race is the only race on the tour that may require a pit stop here in the late, and it usually happens in the last 10 laps. So that's one of the things to watch out for. Green flag is out, and we are underway at Charlotte. Jonathan Zorlin gets quite a good start here in the number 25 Kodiak car, but here comes Jesse Turner to the inside, number 71. Looking for second place on Sky Commons in car 26 as they come down the backstretch. Pole speed for this event, over 187 miles per hour. In fact, the top 25 or so cars ran over 187 in qualifying, so it was very, very close in qualifying for this event. These cars were very, very fast during the Winston All-Star race here, and of course we hope that we expect to see the same thing here today. Cole Deaver to the inside, looks for the lead, and off to number 4 as he takes the Dale Earnhardt colors out in front. The GM Goodwrench Chevy that won the season at Martinsville, and also won a mile and a half this season at Atlanta. And TJ Dent's coming back on the racetrack here. Let's keep an eye on a 68 car. Well, turns out we don't need to because TJ Dent's back on the track safely. There he is in car number 68. The Country Time Ford had problems starting at the start of the race. Dipped to the apron of the racetrack here, and of course made the unscheduled pit stop before as they were taking the green flag. Back to the leaders here. It is Cole Deaver out in front. Here comes Seth Cole inside of Keith Benson. So you got the Coles 1 and 2. Seth Cole in second, and Cole Deaver leading this race. And here comes Seth to the inside here. The darn pace car. Seth Cole to the inside in the Bojangles Ford as he moves inside. But William Brock takes a look to the inside. Brock was winner this season at Rockingham. And Seth's last lap, look at that, last lap at 191.5 miles an hour. You don't think they've got them tuned up at Charlotte? Look at the speeds here. 12 car of Rob Evans is the fastest lap of the race at 192.089 miles per hour. And several 191s in the top 10. So and the fastest lap they got over the All Stars was over 190. So it's like they're getting ready to run 60 qualifying laps here on this racetrack here, and so this being and these races being somewhat dash races, I guess you must say you kind of need to find your way to the front early here, find your way to the front when you can, and it's all about timing that move right. Dylan Poteet, though, meantime, was running third. Now Cat Batson moves inside, as does Paul Minnick, and here comes the other Dylan Young, in number 2. On board Dylan Young's car as he's drafting with Paul Minnick in the number 90 car. Young running in 5th position, excuse me. As Eli Bright's taking over the lead now with Minnick second, and Young, you're riding with him, is about to move into 3rd position now on Cat Batson in car 16. Young moves inside of Minnick for the lead. Minnick led the lap as they come into turn number 1. full blasted over 190 miles per hour here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As we're early on in the Coca-Cola 600, this will complete the 9th lap, and we still have 51 to go. Zachary Fitzwater, meantime, moves inside here as he's drafting with Rob Evans in the 12 car. It's not often you use the term drafting on a 1.5-mile track, though, but the draft sometimes does come into play on tracks like this, or even tracks as we'll go to later in the season, like Pocono, or you actually can use the draft at Pocono, as a matter of fact, as you also can at Indy. But also tracks like Michigan, where the draft is going to be important at times as well. It's not just on the super speedways like Daytona and Talladega, neither. Rob Evans now moves out in front. Here comes the man who won the All-Star race this season. That's Mike Becker, looking to sweep the All-Stars and the 600 at the same season as well. He's up to second place right now on there behind Becca Tellier in the 6. Tellier leads that lap here, and here comes Becker to the inside for the lead now as Johnny Gardner's behind. Here comes Jesse Turner, Simon Bloomfield in the 9. Bloomfield, another surprise right there, much like Mitchell Collins was in the 600. And speaking of Mitchell Collins, there he is, lurking right there in the shadows. And also lurking in the shadows is that number 11, Jessica Shelton, and the 42 of Kyle Matthews. Shelton, you remember, at the All-Star race ran the Bud Light colors of the same style scheme on board Shelton's car. She crossed the finish line that time by 12. Running right behind Mitchell Collins at number 40. She peeks to the inside there, trying to get the draft off Keith Batson in 28. Riding in 10th position right now as Mitchell Collins, you remember, as I said, almost won the All-Star race. And in fact, that guy he's going the inside of beat him that day, Mike Becker. I'd say just another few more feet, and he might have won that race too, pull off the upset in some ways, as we continue to ride with Shelton in 8th position right now. In the meantime, Quentin Moore goes to lead. Simon Bloomfield led the last time by. I think that's his first time he led all season. I think unless he led some laps at Daytona and Talladega. In the meantime, it's Quentin Moore, the man who dominated North Wilkesboro, out in front. But here comes the Sonoma winner, Keith Batson, in the Texaco Havoline Board. He brings the Davey Allison colors up to the front now, number 28. Batson would like to get a 600 win himself, and so will Shelton, Matthews, and whoever, and anybody else in this field. In the meantime, pole sitter Jonathan Zorlin, in fact, the front row's back up to the front here. Zorlin in 25, and Sky Cummins in 26. And meantime, bringing right up there in the points chase also, Joshua Osborne, number 15. He's moved his way to the front, and Jay Jefferson, number 5. Hasn't had much of a good start of the season so far for the Tide ride, but he is running solid at the moment. Just missed out on the All-Star race himself, but that car running strong right now here in the 600. Here as we're now coming to complete the 17th lap. We'll have 43 to go, and Sky Cummins leads his first lap of the race. Meantime, we got a car up ahead. That is the car of TJ Denton, 68. He is way off the pace. And this all the time happens at Charlotte. Let's remember that. Can't go through a Charlotte race without a lap car. Who's he going to pick on? It looks like he's going to pick on Zorlin in the 25 car. Maybe. I thought he was going to swipe right down on Osborne, I thought. But that slows the field up just a little bit. And TJ Denton is actually now drafting with them at over 180 miles an hour. So TJ Dent's now one lap down as Osborne takes the lead. And Seth Cole right behind him. Cole Deaver right behind him in third position in the GM Goodrich Chevy. And Jessica Shelton says, screw this, I've had enough of being behind lap cars this season. And he moves to the inside lane as he ride with Cole Deaver for the lead on Joshua Osborne. And that's what you want to see on the racetrack here in Charlotte. Nothing. And here comes, but Dylan Potte's going to spoil that form here in the 22 cars. He goes inside of Deaver for the lead. Deaver led the last time by. And meantime, number 4, William Brock begins to roll on the inside lane. Paul Minnick is in there. Mike Becker, Jesse Turner, Jessica Shelton, and Zorlin on the inside lane. And Preston Plord's catching up to that inside lane too. So with the lap car venture now all done, we're back to racing again here as you see Mike Becker moving inside of Paul Minnick for the lead. This looks like a 190-mile-an-hour pace lap we're seeing here at Charlotte. This version of Charlotte does bring us some great racing. Jesse Turner peeks the nose to the inside. So does Shelton. She looks inside. She's going to bring Zorlin with her in the 25. Looking for second place. No dice at the moment as they come off the fourth turn. Mike Becker, just as we found him in the All-Star race, out in front. And here comes Jesse Turner to the inside. And you saw that speed shot right there. That's what 190 miles an hour looks like. Zorlin moving ahead now as Jesse Turner led the last time by. Average speed after 24 laps, just over 188.5 miles an hour. And in fact, the fastest lap of the race has now been bumped up to almost 193 miles an hour, 192.7, set by Johnny Gardner. As they come off the fourth turn now, Preston Plord to the front and give a call to Nathan Ormond in the 55 car. He's at the second position at the moment. As he did right for the Jack Bridges Ford, and also Ryan Brommer in 33 at the third spot now in the Harry Gant colors. So some surprises up in the front of the field here in the early stages of the race. We're almost in the mid stages now. 26 in the books this time by, and they're all chasing Preston Plord, the number 18 Interstate Batteries Chevrolet, out in front after 26 laps here. 34 laps remaining in this race. So plenty of racing left to go here at Charlotte. And yeah, 3 of the drivers actually off the pace there. That's Riley Spurley, Tube 27, 83 Vince Almarego, and Nicholas Wade in 14. Nicholas Wade, by the way, you remember, won the last time at Charlotte in the Mellow Yellow 500. But apparently the setup is not there for today's event. So unfortunate situation for those 3 drivers. Unfortunately, that they lost the draft and now they're just all alone and getting ready to get gobbled up by this pack of cars, which is now being led by Charles Sanford, number 24, the man who won the Thriller down in Talladega. And Sanford leads his first lap, and here comes Eli Bright, Johnny Gardner, Keith Batson, Poteet, Matthews, and all those drivers in there. Such racing we're seeing here at Charlotte. I know I keep saying that so many times here, but Eli Bright looks inside. Here comes Batson. Eli Bright up to the high side. Keith Batts in the lead, but here comes Poteet looking low. And number 22 scoops down, gets some clean air, and scoops back and then tucks right back in front and behind Batson's car. Poteet looking low on Batson. Dylan Poteet now jumping out in front, but here comes Quentin Moore, number 21 to the inside. Gets the help from Jay Jefferson, Joshua Osborne, Mike Becker, and Nathan Ormond. And James Henry in the 75 car. We had a peek of his car here. There it is. Back to Shores of America, Ford running pretty strong here, running in 10th position as he moves low on Kyle Matthews. Jay Jefferson now takes the lead, but Osborne looks low in number 15, and he'll take the lead now. Or tries to. Dips low, and he has the lead. Joshua Osborne, the Motorcraft Ford, out in front now. As he takes that 93 Thunderbird out in front. So just past halfway home. That was the completion of lap number 33. We have 27 to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Nathan Ormond looking to lead his first lap of the race here in the 55 Jasper Engines Ford. Brings James Henry in the inside. Also the 12 of Rob Evans, Fitzwater, Sky Commons on the inside mix of cars here, and several cars slicing and dicing back there, as you see. Right there behind William Brock trying to find a line to run as he now runs right behind Cole Deaver, ahead of Cole Deaver, in the 3 car. Kat Batson and Jessica Shelton catching up to him, as is the 18 of Preston Plord. Dylan Young caught up there, running in the back of the pack here in the Miller Genuine Draft Ford, as he runs in 28th position at the moment. Jesse Turner also in the back, as is Johnny Gardner. Young running right behind Mitchell Collins in car number 40. Heard Dylan had to back up the throttle a little bit at them. Apparently they may have caught the lap cars, I think, up front. And they have caught the lap cars. Yep, so Nicholas Wade, Riley Spurley-Tube, and Vince Almerego, the top 3 up on the high side, they have been lapped. And now Rob Evans moves inside. Rob Evans goes to the front now, number 12, the Meineke Ford. Fitzwater to second. Here comes Sky Cummins for 3rd place, and he's got in the Quicker State Ford. And Sky Cummins begins to roll on the inside. He's going to bring Seth Cole with him, as well as Becca Tellier and Jonathan Zorlin. So 4 cars are now have been lapped here here at Charlotte, and they are coming down to it now. It'll be 39 in the books now. Tellier in the 6 car, the Valvoline cars. The car moves inside. Now you got the battle of the motor oil companies. 1st and 2nd. Valvoline in 2nd position. Quaker State in 1st. And here comes, and Tellier takes the lead now in car number 6. Here comes 25, Becca Tellier. Or, I mean, that's 25, Jonathan Zorlin, excuse me. Tellier's in the 6. Zorlin out in front. Remember, Zorlin was the pole sitter for the event at over 187 miles an hour. They were running faster than that, obviously, right now. Way faster than that. William Brock, the winner at Rockingham, moves inside. He'll take the lead now. And he's going to bring Kat Batson and Jessica Shelton with him. But Batson says, I'm not gonna run second. I'm gonna go for the lead, and she's got it with Shelton in tow. Cole Deaver's in this back, as is Charles Sanford, and as is Dylan Poteet. On board Jessica Shelton's car as you ride with her to the lead. 18 laps to go in Charlotte. Cole Deaver looks inside now. Deaver into the lead now. In the second position goes Charles Sanford. Poteet's behind. Jefferson, Osborne, Preston Plourd's in there. So is Seth Cole. Question is, which one's going to be the last person standing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway? In the Coca-Cola 600, Dylan Poteet goes to the lead now. Jay Jefferson's in there. In the 5 car, he now looks slow in turn 3. But let's remember that there have been pit stops in the last 10 laps of this race now. And more often than not, those rounds of pit stops have caused the yellow flag to fly within the last 10 to maybe even last 5 laps. So there's a possibility this race might either end under caution, or it could end in a 1-lap dash to checkers. Jay Jefferson leads that lap, but here comes Joshua Osborne, number 15 to the lead, as he's got Preston Plourd behind him. A couple of New Englanders right there behind. Plourd from Connecticut, Seth from New York. As they both go down low and sweep by the Southern, and sweep by the man from the South, Joshua Osborne from Kentucky. Sanford looks a little bit on the high side now to on Kat Batson, number 16, as they come off turn number 2. Nathan Ormond in 55 looking for the front spot now. As Seth Coleman's out in front, Ormond looks low in the 55 machine. Fitzwater's right there behind in 52. "13 laps to go in the Coca-Cola 600. Sky Commons fastest lap of the race that so far at 192.83 miles an hour. So the top 10 fastest laps all over 192. As the Wild Bunch is about to become the Thirsty Bunch here in a minute. It's going to be a drama of who can make it on fuel and who can't. Zach Winkle off the pace in number 17. Stanford looking to the low side now, and there's cars dipping on the apron. Simon Bloomfield's slowing down. There they come for the pits. Charles Sanford's in, Seth Cole's in, Dylan Poteet, Keith Batson, Sky Commons, Mike Becker. Bloomfield's coming out. Henry's coming out. There comes Seth Cole. Here comes Sanford. Becca Tellier. There's Poteet. And some more drivers coming in. 55 miles an hour down pit road. Some more coming into the pits there. There's Young, Batson, Cat Batson that is, Eli Bright, Preston Plord, William Brock, Jay Jefferson's in there, Jesse Turner and Jonathan Zorlin all coming in as well. And Vince Almorego is also in the pits, as is the 27 Raleigh Spurley Tube. No crashes yet. And there's the last of the drivers coming in. Johnny Gardner, Kyle Matthews, Jessica Shelton, Cole Deaver, Quentin Moore, Zach Winkle. Shelton sitting on pit road as she is one of the last ones to come into pits there, and apparently some problems on pit road for some of the drivers here. So not sure who's going to be the leader when we cycle back around. And finally Shelton's out of the pits. There comes Zach Winkle and Cat Batson all coming out of the pits. So it's looking like right now it's going to be a race for the win between Seth Cole and Charles Sanford. Looks like, and here comes Sanford to the inside of Seth Cole. So I think these two are going to circle around first and second. Yep, and they have. So Charles Sanford has lead now with 7 laps to go here at Charlotte. Cat Batson has the is up behind these two up ahead these two drivers. Seth Cole looking low, and he's gonna take the lead now. Here comes. So it's gonna be between Seth and Charles. Looks like maybe for the win. Jay Jefferson's in 3rd position. Johnny Gardner's 4th. 5th is William Brock. 6th is Poteet. 7th is Plord. 8th is Cole Deaver. And last early lap in 9th is Diego Yepes. And then you got Zachary Fitzwater in 10th. Several of the cars spent a little bit too much time on pit road, and that's caused them to go a lap down. Sanford has the lead now in car 24. These two are going to probably swipe it back and forth there, but as long as these two keep swiping the lead back and forth, that's going to let the 3rd place driver Jay Jefferson close up. And we may have more cars racing for the win possibly here, and not to mention a lap car of Cat Batson's up ahead of him. And Batson that time by is cycled out of pit road 32nd. And there is the stack of cars there. That's Batson, Young, Jefferson. Fitzwater's a lap down in number 52. He's in 12th. And Becca Tellier is also a lap down in 13th position. There is Dylan Young. He's in 11th. So it's basically Batson and Jefferson that's going to be catching up to the front two cars. And they have caught up to the lap traffic here. That's Seth Cole and Sanford battling for the win. With now 3 laps to go. Charles Sanford looking low on Seth Cole. And that's the thing, those two won is those lap cars are there in between 1st and 2nd and the 3rd place cars. 2 laps to go. Charles Sanford trying to get a 2nd victory in the season. Seth Cole looking for his 1st. And Cat Batson is gonna spoil Sanford's shot for a win possibly here as they come off the 2nd turn, and Batson's gonna it's gonna pass Sanford. So unless something goes wrong with Seth Cole's car, it could be all it looks like it's gonna be all clear for him. White flag here at Charlotte. Seth Cole, the Bojangles Ford, car number 98, out in front And third and fourth has caught up here. Here comes Batson to the inside. She may bring Sanford with her. Here they come through the third and fourth turns here. Charles Sanford looking low on Seth Cole. Off the fourth turn they come. It's going to be car number 24. Charles Sanford wins the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. Charles Sanford, the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet, joins Cole Deaver, Kyle Matthews, and Jessica Shelton as the drivers that have now won 2 races this season. Sanford did it at Talladega, and now he does it here at Charlotte. Charles Sanford, the DuPont Chevrolet car number 24, as he takes the Jeff Gordon colors to victory lane. Appropriately enough on the track that was the 1994 600 version, as a matter of fact. And poor Seth Cole, I thought when he had Cat Batson between he and Sanford, I thought Seth was home free for the victory, I thought. But instead, Cat moved inside, took Charles Winter, and even Jay Jefferson, number 5, is going to finish second in this event. He passed Seth at the line. So Seth is going to drop from first to third on the last lap, unfortunately for him. Heartbreaker for Seth without question in this situation. Johnny Gardner's going to come home 4th. 5th will go to William Brock. 6th place will go to Dylan Poteet. Cole Deaver comes home 7th. Preston Blord 8th. Diego Yepes 9th. And 10th will go to Zachary Fitzwater. And look how much the pit stops shook everything up. You went from every car in the lead lap to 9 cars on the lead lap. That's how much the pit stops shook everything up. And without question, a lot of these drivers are going to be very disappointed with their finishes. I will guarantee that. Rest of the finishing order will be Becca Tellier 11th. 12th will go to Dylan Young. Keith Batson 13th. 14th will go to Rob Evans and Ty Dent 15th. Paul Minnick, Nathan Orman, Quentin Moore, James Henry, and Joshua Osborne was the top 20. And some big names are going to be down in this list, too. Eli Bright, 21st. Mike Becker, 22nd. Sky Commons, 23rd. Kyle Matthews down in 24th. Ryan Brommer, 25th. Mitchell Collins, 26th. 27th, Vince Almerego, 28th. Jesse Turner. Jessica Shelton dropped to 29th in this race. Nicholas Wade, 30th. Then Jonathan Zorlin, Kat Batson, Riley Spurley-Tube, Simon Bloomfield, Zach Winkle, and TJ Dent was the last of the finishers here, and Dent and Winkle both finished 3 laps down, while Spurley-Tube and Bloomfield both finished 2 laps down, and 10th on down to 31st was 10th on down to 32nd was 1 lap down. So pit stop shook everything up in the final 10 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway, but the man who was the last man standing is Charles Sanford, averaging 185.275 miles per hour. Caution free in the 600. Boy, that was the first time this happened in a long time in this series. As he passes Seth Culver and then holds off his teammate Jay Jefferson, Hendrick Motorsports first and second at Charlotte. And for Jay Jefferson, I think it's his first top 10 of the season, too, in second place. So great day for the Tide team as well. But the DuPont Chevrolet is in victory lane here today. Charles Sanford wins the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. And if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Gaming Show, everything on the show, and races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA set goals desires for his channel. And please be sure to check out the Coors Light Truck Series, the Last of Us Light Series, the Pizza X Series, and the Hershey's Cup Series, also on this channel. Please be sure to check those series out as well. And also check out our other NNSCRA series, offline series, including Michael Norman's Budweiser All-Pro Series, and also Levi McIntyre's Marvel Studios Cup Series. Please be sure to check those series out. Some of the best offline series are under the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming Channel umbrella. So that does it for Charlotte Motor Speedway. Here we'll go head on to Dover Downs International Speedway for the FedEx Autism Speaks for the FedEx 400. And that will be coming up next race on the tour. So for now, this is James Qualls in production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We'll see you at Dover. Congratulations again to Charles Sanford, the winner of the Coca-Cola 600.